Welcome, welcome. The goal is to have fun today. Welcome, welcome. You know, sewing, I know the more I sew, the more I enjoy it. The better you get, the faster you get, you just enjoy it. So I'm really grateful to be here. Grateful that I sew, grateful that I have to sew. I have to sew in life. What a, what a terrible life choice. Anyway, so what I wanted to do today was, I see a lot of things as I go shopping, and y'all know I'm shopping all the time. I'm just, if I see the mall, there we go. There we go. We're over in the mall. And so you just see a lot, and you notice a lot. At least I do. And it's just really interesting to see how many simple little things there are. The silhouettes repeat themselves. The fabric changes. So I wanted to point out to you some classic silhouettes of what you could do. I did 5 examples. And I just think they're all good, and you guys can be the judge of whether you think they are or not, and whether you want to make them part of your wardrobe. So we're talking spring and summer is really what we're talking about. Spring going into summer, and of course, it greatly changes where you live, and I know that because for many of you, it's 90 degrees outside, and for some of you, it's 40 degrees outside. So you're the one who's going to mix and match them and make them work for you. So what I do is I've got pictures. Sometimes I'll take pictures as I shop. I try to find them online. Typically they're better pictures than what I find, but today we've got a little combination of both. Okay, so we're going to go through, and then I've paired them with fabrics, and the fabrics the fabric choices we have, and then I'm going to give you some other fabric choices as well. I've got 20 fabrics behind me. We're going to explore those also. Okay, so we're going to do a little of both. We're going to have some classic fashions and then some fabrics that go with. And so we can just win-win all the way across the board. Thanks. I know our normal time is Tuesday night. We appreciate that you guys are loyal enough to us. Clearly, we wouldn't change it unless we really had to, and there were some conflicts where we just had to make a move. So we really appreciate you being here Wednesday afternoon, and that means we'll make it worth your while. It always motivates me to just push a little more. Okay, so we're going to start off with some photos, like I said. And this first one, I just loved it. This is Veronica Beard. And you can see that those classic stripes that are always going up and down are going across. So in order for them to go across, it either has to be a knit with stretch going across, or it has to be a woven, one of those two. And so I actually went and saw that it could be done with this fabric that I decided to choose, because these are striated stripes, not quite as pronounced as what those are. And I decided 915 Hugo's cardigan was a perfect blend. And I left my pattern sitting over there. It's not a big deal. Y'all know which 915 is. So what I did is, the variegated fabric is 7344. Now I put that up on the site. It was actually on last week's fabrics that we did. So it ran its course. I took it down and I put it back up because I wanted you to have availability of it. I do believe it's a terry cloth. I do believe that once we have an idea of a fabric, when we're just looking at fabrics, it's a different choice than when we have an idea of what we're going to do with the fabric and then we have a choice. So I thought I'd give you the idea and then see if that made a difference. So I put that up. That is on the website, but it's not down below with the other fabrics that we're going to show you today. It's up above. 7344 is that number. But I love those stripes, and I paired it just like they did with jeans, white shirt. I added a scarf, but that's just because I love scarves, and we're going to talk about scarves here in a little bit. But anyway, you can pair it however you want. All right, so that's the first one, is do like a knit jacket, but one that you can see works well with jeans. Honestly, jackets are not for the office. Jackets are everyday wear. Jackets, especially when you do them in a knit, and you can see I'm comfortable and I can really go any level. I can take it up a little bit, I can take it down, so it really works well. All right, let's look at this next picture. So this I found shopping. There was a lady who came in and we did the shopping together. Just what a fun day, for all of you. If that is within your budget, I would really push you to do that. I've got another couple that are scheduled, and I can tell you that it really is all about you, and it's really putting some time aside for yourself. This personal shopping here in Dallas, you fly in. She flew in and went back on the same day. Some fly in and stay the night, but we can get a lot done in a few hours. And it's really a lot of fun. I think, we fill out charts and we make sure you really know what you're looking for, and it gets you out of your I'm going to say box. I hate to say the word, but it gets you out of your box. It gets you out of what you think. And we've changed so much over the years. As we've aged, we change. Our bodies change. What looks good. This particular dress I went ahead and found because I hate to say I made her, but I insisted she try this dress on. And she loved it once she put it on. She said, no, 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 that's never going to work for me. I said, yes, 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 it is. Here's the reasons why. Anyway, I kind of pushed her. Zimmerman is they're two sisters. They're from Australia, and they're wonderful designers. They're very, very good. They actually have a store, a separate store here in Dallas, but they're in Nordstrom's, they're in Neiman's, they're in, they're all over. But they're beautiful. Their clothes are beautiful. They did a beautiful job of addressing femininity without going over the top. And so this is a version that I did of it because it is really what this is. Now, it's without sleeves, and we talked about all those things. The beautiful thing about sewing is I can add the sleeves when I want. I can take away the sleeves when I don't want. I give myself so many options. So this is 523. This is Frame's 4-way halter. I did it with the bow, I did it with the sleeves. Well, not the bow, but I just did the tie to the front, and I lengthened it. And so you could lengthen it for a dress, which is why I'm showing this whole thing to you. Just depends on what you want. I find for me that I have enough dresses in my repertoire, I never get tired of new tops. So I knew I could throw this on with a pair of jeans, with a pair of leggings, with those new leggings we just did, and I knew it would be just a home run. Comfortable, casual, but just still a great look. This fabric is the fabric that we have today. It's going to be 3820 is the fabric. We'll get to it, I'll show it to you. It's 100% cotton, and it's beautiful. And it's a companion, not a companion, I shouldn't say that, but it's an option, and you can kind of see the fabric here a little bit better. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 3807. And so you can see that's with the pastels, and this is the same print, it's just with different colors, and you've got a navy background. We'll bring this down, we'll show you later. I just wanted to kind of tempt you a little bit and just show you the different fabrics. Again, 100% cotton, it's just beautiful. So if your tendency is to go a little lighter for summer, I love fall colors and summer silhouettes. I just love that combination, as you guys can probably tell. And I love spring colors in the fall, in sweaters and knits and things like that. Okay, so the fabric is 3820 and the pattern is 523. I did a longer sleeve, and then I put elastic in to match the waist, just to give it a repeatable look, and I could have gone dress with this. I added 10 inches is what I did to the bottom of this. Remember, you want to have some blouson, so you want to, whatever you're going to add, whatever length you want to add another 2 inches for that to come up and over and do that blouson look. But it's a beautiful look, and again, even a halter for the summertime. You could do the little bolero. There are lots of things I'm going to show you here in a minute on how to cover up your upper body and yet still show off a little bit of shoulder, which I think we can all take advantage of. Okay, let's look at this next one. And this next one, I wanted you to understand that sequins, we're going to come over to this one over here now for a minute. Sequins are all over for summer. They're just really, really popular. They're very simple, and they're paired with jeans, paired with white pants. They're way dressy and way, way pared down. So there's a new fabric that we'll show today. This particular fabric is 3804, and it's a gold. I love this top on. I mean, it's just dynamo. And again, paired up with jeans, it's just a perfect way to say, I want to be dressed up, but I really don't. I call it the lazy dress up because it's so great. You could do a little French tuck. If not, you could take the whole thing down, you could belt it, or you could just leave it. It is just a beautiful look, and it could be pajamas. You could crawl into bed. The fabric is so soft. It's a knit. It has one-way stretch. So, and it's just not expensive. It's just fun. That has a French dart in there. I know you cannot see it. You can see the sequins are just right there. They cover it up. I did a kimono. I know I've done a kimono enough times that I know y'all know how to do that, but it's very simple. So this is pattern 195 done with a kimono. I just laid the sleeve on top, drew it all as one. I've got one front, I've got one back, and we are ready to go. And on all of these pictures, and you can go back and look at them close up later, I included the price because I wanted you to see if you need 2 yards of something like this fabric, 3804, is $20 a yard, $19.99. So if you need 2 yards, your top is $40, and it fits like a charm. It's beautiful, and yet these sequin tops are, I don't know what the price is on that, but you know, they're $300 and $400. So big savings on just something so simple like this. And I did all of this on the sewing machine. I didn't even use a serger at all. You don't need to. It's a knit base, so it's not, sequins aren't going to go anywhere. It's a beautiful quality sequin, and they're just real fine rows when you look up real close. We'll show you the fabric again a little bit later, but I just want to show you that it's very popular. If you were to search for sequins for spring, summer 2024, all kinds of ideas come up. So it's exciting. I love Sequin 5, but give them a little bit of, you know, just extra room, and they just have a great look to them. I'm just excited to wear that top. You know, we'll see. Party Central is this Saturday. Let's look at this. Do we have questions? Do we want to take a minute and answer questions? Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, this one is a great. This is a great one for everyone. They're all great. I think they're good for everyone. But this one particularly, I really wanted to spend some time on. So this is 4222. It's called the Fit and Flare. And if you know and have been watching, you know that I stole this from Acris. Acris does a Fit and Flare. I mean, this is it. So it's a low, you know, it's a little bit of a higher waist, not at your waist. It's a little bit short-waisted, meant to be. It's got a little dart on the side, and then it's got the flare bottom. And it is, and I did this in a black. It's 7341. 7341 is your black cotton knit. But I'm going to tell you something. We're going to have a little bit of fun with this right now. So the goal is I do it sleeveless, and I would really encourage you to do it sleeveless because we got all kinds of things we're going to do with it. So you're going to have to hang on with me for a little bit here. So I don't know, you probably know this, I love scarves. I love scarves because they just do so much with, especially I think when you're traveling. They just have a capability, and I think for me, scarves have great memories. So you can see there's great ways to add them. You know, you can take a pile of scarves on a trip and you can look so different and feel so fresh. But for me, scarves also, as I buy them, they have memories. This one in particular, it was a gift. I went to a party. I went to a birthday party, and the hostess was giving away scarves, and we could go and pick out the scarf we wanted. And I absolutely thought that was just amazing. I thought that was wonderful. So this was the scarf I picked out, and what I like about it is every time I wear this or look at it even, I think of the birthday that I went to and this wonderful woman who we were celebrating. All right, so scarves to me have a lot of, they can pack in a lot of fun. The scarf I have on, I got in Italy. When I went to Italy, we were at a fabric store and there was a whole rack of scarves, and I was just kind of waiting for everybody and going through them, and I just fell in love with this particular scarf. When you open it up, it's like a city scene. So they all have their little things that are just wonderful. We know that a jean jacket is great because we can do a jean jacket over a base, and that's it. We cover our arms. We have this great look, and that jean jacket is always going to be there for you. The other thing I wanted to show you was, this is 90, and this is 90 is George's wrap, and depending on the different fabric that a gal at the store made this and brought it back for me. It's supposed to be a little bit wider on your shoulders, but it's just a really simple little wrap, and you can see as it turns backward, it just has a beautiful drape in the back. So this black dress just really works as a base, although it doesn't have to be black, it doesn't have to be, it has to be knit, but you see that there's so many different things that can be done with it. One of my new purchases, my kind of, you know, me purchase, Mother's Day purchase, I could rationalize that, is I was at a fashion show, and I'm going to put these down on the side here. I bought myself a little cardi because I really like wearing sleeveless things, and I really like, you know, just, there's some things I can't make that we can't make. I guess we could if we learned to knit. But anyway, the scarf and the cardigan matched, and I just really, really liked the color and the way they looked. And so I thought, there we have it. You know, that little cardi and that little scarf can be really put on anything, and you can see that it's just a great companion. So there's just all kinds of things that we can do with that little base. So that 4222, what I wanted you to notice about this Acris is they're actually doing a little white ribbing on that. I thought that was really interesting. I would not want to do the white ribbing because I don't want to, you know, isolate it to just winter, to summer, spring. But certainly it does, and it really gives it a pop of freshness. It's $1,000. You could make two, one with white ribbing and one for the rest of the year. But anyway, this little dress is a great little piece for you. When I was in the Bahamas, see, I'm always buying scarves because number one, they're really inexpensive, and yet they're just fabulous. And you can see that, especially when they have the fringe on them. This one actually says Bahamas on it. This was our fitting cruise, the fitting cruise that we did, and a couple of us went on shore and someone needed muslin, but there's no fabric stores. So we bought several of these and she made pants out of it, but she had this extra one, she gave it back to me. So I just love it. And you can see, again, so many things and so many ways to do it. What's the number of the black dress, the pattern number? It's 4222. It's called Geo's Fit and Flare. Okay, 4222. And I mean, you guys have, most of you probably have the dress. We've sold a lot of them. It was in that spring pack, I think it was, for 2022. And it's just a great base. I don't know how else to say that. It just works really, really well. Okay. So let's take a look, if you can, at the next picture. All right, this one, I was at Neiman's and saw this dress, and I absolutely fell in love with the collar. It's all about the collar to me. So I'm going to show you the next picture. Can you put two up at the same time? Can you? Okay. Let's put two up at the same time. First off, linen. I've told you this. Linen, for those of you who pre-ordered, by the way, it's being shipped out tomorrow. We'll have it next week. We'll get it all shipped to everybody. But linen is just such a rage right now, and it's just popular and it's wonderful. And a lot of the new Italian linens, what I'm noticing, and what I've been told by those ladies and gentlemen who are buying it in Italy, is it's much less wrinkly. Now, I don't know how they do that. I'm not going to go there. But this is the blouse that I did to duplicate. What that is, that shirt dress is pattern number 600. So I did one with a higher collar, and all I did was square up the collar, is all I did on this. I also added an inch to the length, and I drew the neckline down 1 inch. I didn't draw that, you guys. But if you just bring the neckline down 1 inch and connect it right up to here, and then add 1 inch to the length of the collar, and I did it at center back, you'll get this great asymmetric look. And mine has a little more body in it than theirs does. Theirs is a little more floppy. But if you just keep flopping it like this, it'll flop over like theirs will. Mine stands up because it's brand new. A couple washings, Coca-Cola, it'll flop. Anyway, so this is pattern number 600. This is 100% linen. The fabric is 7271. Now this fabric is a border print. And the border is this check. And so I put it around the neck edge and then I put it down the facing. Now because there's not a lot of it, this took 2 yards. But because that's all the border I had, I didn't put it, I'm going to open this up. I didn't put it on the inside. I didn't put it on this side because I would have had to get another yard. I'm so cheap. But if you want another yard, if you want to put it on this side, you can. But also you can see that it's worn this way open, and that way open is wonderful also. Pattern number 600, the fabric is 7271. I love the border print. I have a note here. Oh, I know what it is, 7343. So the store had a light blue linen. We didn't have a linen, but we had a light blue cotton. And I went ahead and put that up this afternoon, 7343. So if you're in love with the blue and want the blue, I wanted to give you that option. So the belt on this was a really skinny little belt. And I did that by just cutting this. I serged one edge, folded it, top stitched. Then I put some, I don't know what you call those. My mind is blank, but anyway, caps, whatever they're called. I put them on the end because I wanted them to pick up the darker navy or the black, the darkness. I wanted it to have a contrast to where it all looked a little bit tied in together. For these sleeves, when you're doing a rolled up sleeve, if you want the right side to show, I cut the sleeve just regular. I cut it just like the pattern said. Then what I did is I turned up 5 inches and stitched it. So there's a little stitching, you know, right in here somewhere. So I turned up 5 inches, and then you roll, and you roll twice to give you that rolled up look. But the rolled up look would be, it's about 2 inches wide, and it shows the right side of the fabric. You can do it without it. You'll get you'll get the serger threads showing, and I see that all the time in blouses. But in this particular case, I really wanted the rolled up look, but I wanted it to show the right side. So that's how you do it. You tuck it up, stitch it, and then roll 5 inches, roll 1, 2 inches, roll another 2 inches, and it'll cover the stitch line. Okay? Okay. Fun stuff, huh? Fun stuff. Like, I love everything. I have 5 new things to wear, and I just couldn't be happier. That's really cool. Like, that's until Sunday. Like, no more outfits until Sunday, but I'm sure I'll do a little more Sunday sewing before then. Sewing is just way too much fun. All right, so let's answer questions, and then we're going to go ahead and get into some fabrics, because I want to show you some fabrics that are just all over the place. And we have these boxes of fabric here that we have to get into a little bit later on. Our party is Saturday. I'm so excited. Some of you are flying in. I just think that's really, and I've got a big surprise for those who are flying. Anyway, I'm not good at surprises. I can never keep my mouth shut, so I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, we're good. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these away a little bit, and if we need to, we'll bring them back. That's one. These are all my scarves. You guys know I love scarves. I just love scarves, and I haven't always, but I just think they're so beautiful and they're so versatile that I just really enjoy them. Okay, we'll push this away. We'll push Our Lady away, and we'll have some space. Okay. So let's do fabrics. Let's first off figure out where they are. Our numbers for this particular time are 3800s. 3800s. So we start at 3801 and we go to 3820. So if you go to silhouettepatterns.com, you'll go to fabrics. And once you go to fabrics, over on the right-hand side, it's view all, and then scroll all the way to the bottom. I just want you to know I spent extra time today making sure they were in order. It was too confusing last time. They weren't in order. But anyway, they're all in order, starting with 3801 and going all the way up. Okay. What fabric is your cardigan? My fabric is 72. It's a hard question. My fabric is 7344. 7344. It is not one of these 20 fabrics. It's one that we just took down from last week. It's a terry cloth. I think it's called the striated terry cloth. 7344. 7344. Are you doing a Q&A tomorrow? I need help with proportion. Am I doing a Q&A tomorrow? Yes. Yes, I'm going to do a Q&A with tomorrow, because I'm out of town the next 2 weeks. So good. I'm glad you asked me that, because I hadn't thought about it. And we probably should do the Q&A. It's still off track. But yes, we'll do a Q&A tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. We'll figure out. I'll have to look at my calendar, you guys. So many things are running through my head. Can I do that? Can I commit to that? But we'll look at the calendar. Yes. Thanks for asking. Okay, so let's look at fabrics now. We're going to start with 3801. 3801. This is a beautiful gold and black, no, it's not black, I'm sorry, gold and tan brocade. I'm going to show you the drape first. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, this is just beautiful fabric. It's way, way too cheap what it's priced at. Absolutely beautiful jacket, I think. And then you can see the selvage. I don't know that you could really use the selvage. And then we'll just kind of come in close so you can see. Yeah, just see the texture. Isn't that beautiful? Now it's a brocade, so what I mean by that is there's a pattern on both sides. So we'll hold this still for a little bit so you can see this, but then I'll flip it to the other side. A lot of times with brocades, the way they're being done today is they're reversible. And you get the opposite colors on both sides. Isn't that incredible? It's almost like a steel gray with a gold. It's really pretty. And again, it's beautiful drape. Oh, the fiber, I'm sorry, the fiber is a cotton poly. Believe it or not, is that right? That can't, yeah, it's cotton poly. It feels like it's cotton. It's very pretty. Okay, so that's 3801. Okay, so now what I did is I put a few pieces together that would go with it, obviously. The next one is 3802. This is, of course, 100% linen. Now, again, these are Italian. This is Italian linen. And when I say that to you, this is what I'm saying. When we see the wrinkling, it's minimal to what it used to be. I know they used to always say the more expensive the linen, the bigger the wrinkles. But it's 100% linen, and it's a beautiful piece. I put it in with a tan so you could see it's a great companion piece if you wanted to do a jacket and a pair of pants out of this. And I think we have it up at like $18.99. It's just so inexpensive. The selvage is wonderful. I don't know that I would use that. It's got the little pokey holes. I guess you could if you were tricky and patient. And then you can see the texture. It's just really pretty. You can't see through it. I'll put my hand behind so you can kind of see the transparency. There's not easy to make a great pair of pants out of. Okay. Okay, let's go to this next one because on the scene all summer long, we're getting faux leathers. We are getting faux leathers. We've got real leathers. I've got some real leathers coming, but these faux leathers are really stylish and really popular. This one in particular, you know, you're going to think I'm crazy. It's 100% cotton. Now, how you get 100% cotton faux leather, I do not know. But I'm going to tell you something. I burned it. I called my guy. I said, how am I getting 100% cotton faux leather? He said, I don't know how they're making it. He goes, but I can tell you it is. So I thought maybe it was marked wrong. I really tried hard to prove everybody wrong that it couldn't be 100% cotton, but it is. So it's beautiful. It's real. I think the goal, he told me, is that leather itself is very breathable. So when they've been making all these faux leathers out of these polys, they get to where they're hot and sweaty like plastic. And so by making them out of these natural fibers, they get back to the breathability of the leather, and that people like them that much more. So I just thought this was really beautiful, and again, it blends beautifully with these other colors. Okay? Okay, so then we go to 3804. 3804 is our sequin baby. I don't even know if I need to take that down. We'll go to this one. Look at this. Isn't this fun? It is just fun. So it's a sequins. It's based on like a cream color, netting. You don't see that at all. It's a cotton poly. It's a one-way knit. So it stretches this way, obviously, where the rows are made. So it was made to go up and down. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just very easy to sew. It's just fun. It's just fun. I put a seam on the center back here to save myself from using more fabric. This is the sweater set, and it doesn't have a seam down the center back, but I did it because with the kimono, it takes up a lot of yardage. And so I went ahead and just made a seam down the center back. But you can do about anything you want, just a fun piece of fabric. That's 3804. Do what? Oh. So I did the whole thing on the sewing machine. There's no serging. I didn't do any of that. Okay, so then 3805. This is a stretch cotton, 100% cotton, and it's a stretch woven. And again, I paired these colors because they blend so beautifully. So you can see it's got great drape. The stretch is incredible. Even though it stretches, it's a good weight. It's kind of like a suede cotton. It's kind of what it feels like. But it has some good weight to it, and yet at the same time, the stretch is really nice. It's good stretch, but it's just one-way stretch. Pretty. Pretty. Like I said, it kind of has a suede feel to it. 100% cotton, stretch in one direction. We don't have a lot of yardage on that. Well, there's several of them here. We don't have a lot of yardage. What are the colors on the brocade? 3801. 3801, all your prices are online, you guys. They're right on the fabric. If you just put in the fabric, the price will come up, the width of the fabric will come up, all of that will come up. What are the colors? The colors, I would say, I think they're brown and gold. I know that sounds crazy to say I think, but this is a brocade, and a brocade has a lot of depth to it. And that depth, those colors kind of alter because I see a brown, I see a tan, but I also see kind of a gray cast. There's a little bit of a gray in there, which I think is just stunningly beautiful because you don't see gold and gray and cream a lot. So it's really pretty. It's just a beautiful piece of fabric. Okay. What's the price on 3801? That's online. Well, I have it here. Wait a minute. 3801, $19.99. 3801 is $19.99. So it should be $50 a yard. Don't tell me what I'm selling it at $19.99. Did you have problems with the needle breakage on 3804? I did not. But I had just changed a needle. It had broken on, what was I sewing last week? Something I was sewing last week, and the needle broke. And I had just put a new needle in. So maybe it's because I didn't think I would have any problem. I don't know, but no, it sewed nicely. But again, I did it on a sewing machine. I didn't do it on a serger. I went ahead and did it on a sewing machine. The Fendi blue cotton looks bluer on this live video as compared to the fabric page. Which one is truer? I can't answer that. I can show it to you here, but I can't tell you which one's better because I can't see what you're seeing. However, we can, show it to you. When we get there, we'll show it to you, and then, you can decide which one's more accurate. It's not a navy. No, we'll get there. Okay, this is a hot pink. The next one is, it's 100% cotton. It's a two-way knit. It's a really fun piece of fabric. Two-way knit, it's a shorty. You can see the drape is incredible, 100% cotton. Look at that, isn't that cool? Oh, I love it. Look at that drape, it's wonderful. Selvage, nothing to see there, but we'll just hold it still and you can come in close and get the texture. It's pretty, it's a really pretty color. And we know hot pink is just really popular. I've got kind of two hot pinks, but one is a more purplish and one is a more pinkish, which is why I put them together, so you could kind of see the differences between the two. It matches my toenail polish. Don't show that. Anyway, okay, so that's a two-way knit, and it's 100% cotton. And this one I called it, I think I called it Fendi Light or something. Anyway, it's 3806. It's just like the Fendi, the blue one originally, but it's the pastel colors. It's 100% cotton. The drape is amazing. It's beautiful. It's just a really pretty piece of fabric. There's nothing really to use in the selvage, but I'm going to hold it still so that he can come in on the texture. You can see that the reason I say it's kind of Fendi-like is because Fendi's got this fabric out and it's really pretty and it looks like a print, but when you look really, really close, it's letters. And this looks like that to me. It looks like a print, and if you look close, it looks like it's going to be letters. It's not. It isn't on this one, but it looks like it could be. So anyway, this is 100% cotton, very lightweight, but great drape, which is exactly what we want. And that is the pink version. And then here we went with a light pink. And I did this because it matched so beautifully with this fabric. If you were doing a blouse out of this to do pants or a jacket out of this,